Okay, welcome today to our Zoom lunch period for All Saints Career Ministry. I am using some slides that were put together by a neighbor in Atlanta, another Catholic church that does some great work. They've been in operation for 25 years, Career Quest. And so that's one of the neat things as we've been growing in this and growing our resources. It's been a wonderful network to share between people all over the country. So today we're talking about, this is not your office party. So your Christmas parties is a great time to network. It's a great time to be festive. You can continue in your job search, and you're going to have a lot more momentum going into the new year if you don't completely stop all of your activities. So we definitely encourage you to take some time with your family, time to rejuvenate, time to celebrate, the birth of our son, Lord Jesus Christ. These are all super important. It's very important to give yourself some rest and relaxation and time so you can completely just not focus on your job search. But we're going to give you some tools and suggestions on what to do during the time that you choose to be productive. So here are 4 reasons that you might want to work your job search during the holidays. And first, there's still a lot of hiring going on, especially in this job market. I can speak to my husband's firm. He cannot get enough quality candidates on his desk from recruiters, from everything that he's trying to do to fill the positions that he needs. And I know he's not alone. John Casey, who's an executive recruiter, and others they've got so many positions, and there's a lot, certainly some people are going to be taking time off and might have their out of office on, but that doesn't mean that they don't still have open positions. So the other piece is that for those who are choosing to work, there may be, you'll have an advantage because there might be less competition. Others might be, going on a vacation or not spending any time on their job search. And when you're still putting yourself in the pipeline, then you might get more attention than because there's not as many applicants right now. So the third, and I think this is really an important and special time, take advantage of this time of year to reach out to people. If you send Christmas cards, send some of them strategically as well. But also, just messaging people on Facebook or text messages, LinkedIn also, but just connecting with people that you haven't talked to in a long time. And, start off by wishing them a happy holiday season. I hope you're doing well. Likely they'll come back to you and say, oh yeah, how you're doing? And it gives you an opportunity to say, well, actually, I'm in transition right now. I'm looking for something. I wondered if if I might be able to have your opinion. Can we grab a virtual coffee or, a time to get together and chat? So it's a great excuse to reach out to people and wish them a happy holidays. And then finally, it's a really great time to rebrand. So because the pace of the job search per se, or people getting back to you, might not be as high, maybe you take the time to reflect upon the last year. I always spend time that last week of December thinking about and evaluating what went right, what went wrong this past year. What goals did I set out for myself for the year? What ones did I make progress on? What do I want to continue and be my focus for the upcoming year? So within all that, that evaluation, that self-evaluation might lead to rebranding yourself. Or maybe you take time to say, I think I'm going to be more focused on a service, and I want my LinkedIn to reflect that rather than just stating what I've done in the past. Let me rebrand myself. Let me come up with a personal marketing strategy and a marketing plan. So you can really take some time to breathe and be strategic without feeling like you have to be applying, every day. So this, I think, is an extremely important concept, is that you're going to get results based on the activity you do. So if anyone's been in sales, a lot of this is going to be pretty familiar to you. I remember coaching my Mary Kay consultants on, their activities and how first of all, you set your goals, but your activities need to be in line with those goals. So here's a 3-5-2-1 formula that we're suggesting. So this is per week, 3 events, virtual or other. So this could be one. Even going to a neighborhood, board meeting can be one. An event at your church. It doesn't have to be a job seeking event per se. Of course, those are great. Networking, specifically for job seekers is fine. But this time of year, there's just so many things going on, and just be social, be active, and try to have a good time. I know that it can be stressful to have, not the money that you're used to having coming in, but take the time. People are out and about a lot. And so make those times and opportunities to intentionally connect with people and have conversations about what they do, about what you do. So at each of those events, set a goal to meet at least 5 new people. So if you're going to be, going to a Christmas party, for example, exchange business cards or virtual, text them your e-card and get, follow up with them. And if you have 15 new contacts a week, then that's going to give you a lot of leads for future and being able to follow up, maybe even if it's January when you get together. But you want to be using the time that people are out and about to make those contacts. So come January, people, there's not as many events, there's not as many parties. There's maybe some little bit of hibernation or, seasonal affective disorder sets in for people. So take advantage of this time to be out there and meeting new people. And so with that, if you can schedule 2 one-on-one meetings or calls, and this is, what I mentioned before, just like you're reaching out and rekindling old contacts, you can ask them that you'd love to get their opinion. People love to have their opinion sought after. So you don't, necessarily say, can I have your help? Because especially this time of year, some people are a little overwhelmed with everything going on. So, just say, I'd love to, have 10 minutes to meet with you. You have time for coffee, or, let's schedule a Zoom meeting. And then if you have informational or networking calls, and then finally having LinkedIn activities. And with LinkedIn, this isn't necessarily sharing as much as, you want to comment on other people's posts. So be intentional with what you're commenting on and how you're saying it. Because remember, when people go look at your profile, they're going to see your comments. So, make sure that you're not going to be commenting on someone's post, hey, let's get together. Do you have time to get together next week? No, that needs to be, a direct message, a text message, an email, something personal to that person. But the comments that you make, maybe with regard to an industry article that's shared or something that's in, your realm or something that you feel passionate about, make sure that you're commenting. So I'll just stop and see if there's any questions before we move on. Any questions from anyone on the call?
Nope.
No. I have a question for you, Tracy.
Okay. So hopefully you got my email that had some attachments on there. Let's see, we have this. I don't know if you can see this, 14 days of job search. And it's a 2-week plan. So it's an editable Word file. You can change these dates however you wish. You can modify it if this is not a format that is pleasing to you. You can change it however you would like. But I really liked this format, and I need to send it out. Change the email address. That's Nadine that shared it with me, so you can send it to me if you'd like. If you'd like accountability, this is about what you plan on doing. And, freedom really comes from setting limits for yourself. So, it's one thing to say, hey, I want to be free and not have to, do anything. Well, it's a lot easier and more comfortable to feel a true freedom when you have made a plan and have checked those things off the list. So this is a way to say, I'd like to have 5 new contacts. I want to have, each day, maybe you want to have 2 new contacts, or maybe you decide that you're taking and block off, 3 days or 4, it's the holidays. So you can block off whatever days that you don't plan on working, but then make, maybe you are really focused on 2 days of the week. So you can just set this up. That's one option. Again, with the 5-3-2-1. There's also this accountability success. Actually make the plan. Then this is going to be a way to track your activity. And so if you had a one-on-one with a job seeker, a non-job seeker, professional associations, that sort of thing, you can even expand this as an Excel spreadsheet. You could actually put the names in there as well. But this gives you an opportunity to track what you actually did. Because sometimes we can think we're doing a lot and working a lot, but maybe it's not the right activities. And this will help you stay focused on, being reasonable. Like, oh, I did so much on my job search. Well, maybe you were just thinking about it a lot and you weren't actually doing the specific activities that are going to be most beneficial. And then exercise, that's extremely important. So make time for yourself, make time for your, to get away, go to the mall, go to the park, be with family, take time off so you're not, always thinking about this. But if you want to, set a goal for exercising, at least 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week. I know this time of year is even harder with all the other commitments, but as much sweets is out there, it's even more important. So make that a priority. And then let's see here. There's one other. Here is a priority scheduler. So 7 focus areas. Let's see here. 7 focus areas is really about the maximum expectation to be able to truly focus. So I always do my planning on Sunday mornings or Sundays, hopefully in the mornings, to kind of set up the whole week. Some people do it on Monday morning, whenever is the beginning of the week for you, but you want to kind of come up with the goals that you have for the week and what you want your top 3 results to be. And then prioritize, the top 10 or top 7 things you're going to do in that day. And maybe you already have another system that you use, but just wanted to share these as far as things that could be helpful. Any questions about any of these tools or comments?
Yeah, this is Scott. So I have a quick question on the comment on the tracker. I use that extensively, and of course, being a finance and accounting guy, I use Excel, but it's really critical to not only see what activities you're doing, but just time will go by fast. And even for you, Dana, kind of reaching out to your contacts, I put a date on there as far as when I reached out to them and in what way, because you have different ways of communicating. You may not have all their information. So I may send out something, via text or phone or LinkedIn or email or something. And I'll just say when I sent it out, how I sent it out, and kind of a TBM response. And time goes by fast. You're thinking, I'm still waiting on a response back from this person. And then you look and it's been 3 weeks. And ideally, maybe you should have followed up, after a week or a week and a half or something. So having that search log is critical, and just customize it to how you best see fit.
Yes, absolutely. And I think I've shared a search log before, or contact tracking log as well. But if you need one, let me know. This is just personally what I do. Let's see if you can see it. I have a weekly plan sheet that I have as far as like what are my, every week activities. Sometimes, I used to color code it, But then in the, I have, this is my calendar, I have yearly, monthly, where I've got all of my activities, and then weekly, I can go in and say, what are my activities for that day? And I'll actually block out, the weeks of what, sorry, well, there's my brain dump, but then what my activities are per week. And that just helps me keep organized. Otherwise, there's no way I would be able to be all the places I need to be or my kids need to be. So just feel free, get a system. The new year is a great time to implement that system. If you need help with doing that, feel free to reach out. And here are some links of some articles, and I will send these directly to you. But basically just talking about the holiday season searching tips. And it's probably better if I just email you those. If you want to, let's see, I don't know if I can pull it up. Oh, here it is. Okay. So just talking about how the holidays can be a very good time of year to find a job. It's a year-round process. And here's some tips, how to use your downtime for advantage, etc. And so there's that. And I think that's all we have for a formal presentation, but I'm happy to answer questions. I'd love to get feedback from y'all. We're working on our planning for 2022. We just did the 7-step crossroads process, and we're going to be individually coaching people on any of those steps that they missed. But I'd love to hear back some feedback on what you'd like to see in the upcoming months. So I'll go ahead and stop the recording unless there's any questions that anyone has that you think would be relevant to a group or other people later watching. Okay, so we're signing off from the recording. Is that recording stopped? Here we go. And stop recording. Okay, great.